Hi everyone. Looks like the Matrix splitting up and doesn't want us together with Efisia because she couldn't hear me. And then I start seeing this entity. It looks like he's got like the donkey ears sticking out in a horizontal position. He kind of makes me laugh. I mean, I feel like I just want to laugh, but he said he brought some important information. Let's see. Because when I let me see. See, when
Oksana, sorry,
I
can you
check
check?
his DNA, he's like a big frog. But then he shows up as a black, brown, fuzzy, furred, kind of wolf-faced or dog-faced with the ears like this sticking out. And
Okay.
saying that he brought his group. It's like a certain alien group. Okay, they come from. It's like a rock planet. M32, he calls it. He says that, that they're making more. He's saying that there is portals, like wormholes opening on the surface of this artificial surface covering the real planet Earth. And he said that separating the fake reality of separation is creating portal holes for us to go in like little worms going inside the apple, and we can live inside that apple. That's why different alien groups are coming these days to infiltrate, and then they actually fight in between each other who collects what type of souls. I'm just standing away from him, but he says that because you are like nervous cells that you draw, there's a nucleus, is a soul, and there's an electric connection connecting you to all the people that you know, or in your family, or your family members or friends, so on. He said we're trying to break the connections, but before we break the connections, we have to make them complete energetically. So there's a lot of things. So I feel like like the field we're in is being electricized more, and the more situations are coming up with the old people that's been unresolved, or family situations that been unresolved, and people are kind of, I feel like the December is when people are gonna feel on edge, because what they're basically doing, Efisia, they're harvesting souls, and they're trying to pull the negative memories from the past into people whom they can pull into, who are more like prone to think about that stuff, or they're trying to trick people with either complete positivity or complete negativity. You understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's either like, if you don't believe in love and light, then you'll believe in angels. If you don't believe in angels, then you'll believe in something else. But then, if you don't believe in all of this, will give you false hopes, or will make other people attack you from your family, from the past, or even if they don't exist anymore, they'll be in your head. It's kind of like I told you, I saw it with my eyes open. We're like in a capsule, like in a tube, or you can call it a tree trunk. And tree trunk is dissected into different dimensions, densities. But this is all fake, okay? This is not real tree of life. It's a fakely created, plasticky kind of feeling, because the true creation doesn't really have dimensions, doesn't have these classifications of anything. It just has thought and idea, and out of idea you create. That's all. And you're all equal, like creators. But then when you go into this tree life. So there are different. There's a real life, tree life, a life of like tree of lives. Different branches. Each branch is like a different software program with different realities that offer you different games. You know, like kids go online and they just like participate in different games. That's the thing. So, and then they're just trying to bring you down if you. But there's like this entities all over the place where they're trying to bring you down to lower levels, weigh you down. Because there's also other. Sorry, Muriel, could you please lower down the sound because it's really loud. Thanks. I just see like the souls are floating from one reality to another, and then they're splitting. It's like a cell with antennas or cell with receptors. Each receptor at the end has a little ball of energy. Each ball of energy gets attached to different reality. That's why we run all these lives at the same time. And if one of the entities around us can get attached to one of those lives, it can actually infiltrate your main true self, which what you call higher self or whatever, can travel up to different so-called realities or dimensions. You know, it can get into you. You can get sick. But if I look from above, it's all an illusion, but the illusions need to be destroyed now because we're tired of these games. That's what I feel. We're tired of these games, and therefore, but we're also tired of entities, and we need to get rid of them. How do you get rid of them? You
Is
let
this
them
entity, Oksana,
yeah,
the donkey face that you saw,
yeah.
that was mentioning before, um, is coming to give us a message, or that is fake message, or he really wants?
He's showing different groups of entities. There are entities who look like you know what? It's like half praying mantis, half kind of like reptiloid, kind of like I don't know what it is. It's like a hybrid. There's different alien species, and they're forced right now to leave other worlds, and they're kind of attacking this world because they know once the old Earth reality separates from the original Earth reality, they can live on the fake Earth reality altogether, but they need to divide it. They kind of creating energy fields for each group of entities to live, but also they need a group of souls to feed off of and to generate energy, enough energy to support this fake reality. And that's why they're looking for people who are distracted with still the rules of this game. You know what I mean? They're really into all what this game brings, like success, money, jobs, all this stuff, and like lying to others, to feeling better than others, gossip, and all the other stuff. And but this layer is separating, and those souls who are into it are separating together with that layer. But in physical reality, it's going to show up as volcanoes, earthquakes, water coming, flushing off basically the physical appearance of the. It's like a projection of our energy body, the physical.
Oksana, it's my feeling of these entities. They're becoming more aggressive now. There are lots. Every kind of entities, and then after you're going to explain to the people that follow us all the different species, yes. In fact,
Yeah.
people, they have to watch what they feel or they see when they heard of Oksana explaining. We have the species now. She's going to explain every species. They show up often in our dreams. And for example, so Oksana, she can see even when she's awake. Sometimes I can feel things as well around me. In fact, today I was even talking about my face. I feel, Oksana, look at my face. Today I feel like this, my left side today is not right. And she saw straight away the tiger, the felinoids we call, everything that is a beast, is a animal, can be a dog, can be a tiger, a lion. They we call felinoids, or the beast,
Yeah, and
basically.
this guy and that Philinoid, they both say about year 2027, before that year, they need to try to do whatever they can to souls like us who want to share knowledge, how all these programs that are running through this reality are fake, basically. Like the knowledge here is not the knowledge, it's a fake knowledge. The real knowledge is inside, and unless you discover it by yourself, I mean, you can use other tools, but ultimately, you cannot belong to any groups or any societies or any, because they're all ultimately cults, and cults have egregore machines, and egregore machines are all powered by entities and feeding groups of those entities. And those egregore machines are attached to fake worlds. And that's when Dolores Cannon was right about the New Earth. New Earth, she meant the kind of old original Earth becoming like new, new. It's like a baby born. When the baby is born, most of the time he's clean, he doesn't have attachments. Some babies do, but most don't, and they're like innocent and all this pure. That's what she meant, because it's like a dog shakes off the fleece, or this new earth is gonna shake off all the low vibrational beings. Even if you are fake in high vibration, but inside you are, dark thoughts, or love this reality about that, with everything that it offers, that it would just like not so, you cannot grip in it, like you cannot stay in a way. And so the guys from above, the government or whatever, they're just gonna fade away, because it's a separate layer from other souls, and it cannot see. It's kind of trying to grip to us, but the people who believe in them will go with them. That's what I can tell you. It's just
So what
totally
we
like
can
somebody's
call
cutting the reality into halves.
what we can call these programs, this reality, I mean, which is no reality.
The body is part of the program, unfortunately.
So this body that we use at the present is a
Mm-hmm.
part of this reality that is not ours.
Yes, and the body is rejecting this reality. If the soul doesn't want to go with the old world, the body starts transforming. Like the body stops, like, let's say, doing old habits. The body doesn't want to smoke anymore. The body doesn't want to consume alcohol anymore. The body refuses to eat heavy foods, or like wants to eat smaller portions, or basically just go to kind of like cleansing, whatever. It just by itself, or it starts making you feel pain in organs if you overeat or whatever, like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the soul's trying to push hey, to feel me, the soul, better, you need to keep your body light type thing. That's what kind of it starts doing.
Is
But then
that
also
possible?
energetically on top of Efisia, there's so much going on that it kind of like makes us agitated to the point we are having our second or third awakening.
Mm-hmm.
But when your body starts having tremors or like vibrations and you feel them with every fiber of your being, like that's plus we become more intuitive. We really feel fake people. We really kind of like feel things before they come.
Yeah, it's true. What about the connection with the dreams? I still believe that we are very, very, we have, it's like because nighttime, anyway, whatever people sleep, for example, I work night times, but when the body needs to rest to charge their own batteries. And that moment, we detached with our consciousness, the real consciousness of the daytime to the other consciousness that the astral body, which is the subconscious, take
Mhm.
over. So people call PS also astral body, spirit, or etheric part, which sometimes the avatars take over. So it's possible, I was talking with you this before, that we can have a better communication with our astral body because the astral body usually leads us in the dream. It's like we drive a car, yeah? So during the day we drive the car, but when we sleep, the astral body drives the car and we are in the back seat, so we don't have in control only in few occasions. So what you think is possible that can be a better communication, a memory alert to astral body to be aware of us, and even in daytime to be aware of astral body when it try to communicate with us, because there is like lack of communication and people don't
Yeah.
remember. In fact, the dream 2 minutes and you forget everything usually.
If it's like a grid of control, the that 4D when our astral bodies are, it's like a grid of control, and when your physical body goes into sleep mode, it's a better control because your physical body doesn't do anything. So, and also I see somebody I know, uh, when that person falls asleep, I see the reptilian bring in the machine, puts, it's like a big cube, and the head goes in the cube, and then the system on the screen is like holographic green screen, and the system searches for the scenarios of a dream that would derive the most negative energy from that person when that person lives in this fake reality of a dream for this many hours of sleep. I hear it says in a very electronic voice, system searching, search, system search. And I see other people who are like have connection to the moon. The grace from the moon comes to the same. But one thing or the other, they need to somehow, if they're not attached to you and they cannot do that machine to you, then they use scanners from above. The scanner is like a remote control drone. It's flat. It's got like 6 sticking out cameras, and the cameras move and they scan your previous day that you had, what negatives you had in that day, what negative emotions connected to what situation, and then they try to, from that situation, it gives them a boost to the idea. It's like AI creates, or it's either recreates a situation in your dream that you were scared in during the day, or it creates a new situation based on that emotion, you know? Or it takes something from the past because they can see your life, just like all the segments of your life, and can recreate. Or something you're thinking about the future or your fears. It's like everything is like a holographic computer that scans you and creates almost like a cartoon of fake reality in which your astral body kind of gets sucked in, you know. But then there's also 1.3% of people that cannot be influenced in the dreams. And those are the ones who through knowledge know about that stuff in the physical, and therefore they convey that information to the astral body, and the astral body, just refuses to be influenced by anything. Just through knowledge. It's like a burning fire for them, the knowledge, the knowing. They can't get through it. That's why they try so hard to keep the real knowledge away from us, to kind of sugar powder us with all these ideas of focus on the positive, relax, love, light, la 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 la. You know what I mean? just that. And let us just go through. Let us insert the programs in different stripes of reality, and those stripes are like timelines, right? We have a major timeline, and then within this mega timeline there's mini timelines. Each country has its own mini timeline, and they can plug in, okay, here, natural disaster, ding, war, ding, this, ding, the invasion of lots of refugees, ding, and that's kind of like they run this thing. Everything is plugged in to something, to some program. And then you're trying to coexist, which brings a lot of frustration, and they're like, yeah, bring more frustration and fear because that's how we got you.
And so we know that the entities, these intrusive energies, entities or aliens, whatever you want to call, they enter, it's more easy for them to enter channeling with us through the dreams, yeah? Through when we are asleep, when we sleep,
Yeah.
when we're not awkward or awake. So this is why they have, for them is more easy. This is why they create, the famous pregnancies in a dream. And in many, many, many sessions, many women, they are impregnated through these entities.
Oh, those are horror, like whose souls are taken, and they have heavy attachments. They're in the labs already, and you know, yeah, there's just different categories of people. There's literally lots. Some people have create their own entities. Other people have alien entities. Other people have just like they filled with their own energies of fear or resentment or, jealousy or anger, all this negative. And I see them like they have like black balls rolling throughout their body. And these black balls, they spread the veil of dark energies around them. And that's when people feel they don't want to be around these people because they feel the poison around them of like heaviness. Because, like I told you, we're all like little nerve cells, and we're connected through our little roots. We're connected. You and me are connected because we're friends, right? Or we know each other. You don't even have to be a friend. It's just like you can be, and you know your neighbor. You're already connected through a little line there. And if neighbor feels something negative about it, and if the thought is very strong, you'll feel it. The thing is, if you know that you are connected. You know, that's why they say you're one. But it's the interpretation of your one is not like that. The interpretation is that you have to guard your space and give away positive Wi-Fi versus receiving somebody's negative Wi-Fi, you know, kind of idea. Because everything gives off waves of energy, and everybody receives those energy. Either you wanted to know if you are close to the person, or if you talk to the person, or you know, you don't even have to live together with the person to be kind of connected energetically. So, and that's why when people have a lot of people that they know, a lot of friends and all this, it can become chaotic, especially at this time. And that's probably why people are trying to stay away and be kind of lie low and spend more time on their own, because they feel the chaos and agitation when they deal with too many people. But some people love it still because they're still playing the old game. They still like their joystick and they like doing old programs, you know, let's go shopping, let's go for a dinner, let's drink alcohol and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of like depends if you got, because it seems like everybody who was born at this level has to go through these layers of that trunk. It's like a 10-story building, and each few years of your life you go to different floor in experience. And like, oh, you know, you're a teenager, you want to be in a group, you want to be likable, you want to do this, and you go through this. If you hate that experience, you go to the next floor. If you like this experience, you get stuck with it and you continue it for longer time. You know what I mean? Some people zoom through all these levels to the highest level and they say, looking down, is like, I don't want to be here. These programs, they're terrible. You know, that all felt so bad. Everything was just like against my nature, dealing with all the situations and people. And some people like it, they're stuck, you know. So
I got two
basically,
questions. Two questions, and then because we come back in something very important you said before. Okay, what about the people that don't remember the dreams? They says, "Oh, I never dream." Do you think they dream indeed, or they can switch? It's better that they don't remember because they are. Or what do you think?
there's a metallic stick that this I'm observing this one mantis, and there's a reptilian also has this. It looks like a metallic pen. He touches the head with it, and the dream is erased before the person wakes up.
Okay.
And if the person doesn't remember dreams, never remembers dreams,
Mm-hmm.
it's, to me, it's a whole, like a true sign that that person has an attachment, that somebody really influences that person. In the 4D, the attachment of an alien, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm. So there is any chance for us to connect with our astral body and to communicate better? Is there a word alert that reminds us, oh, you are dreaming? And when I'm awake, the astral body says, hey, I'm behind you now in the car, but I
Mm-hmm.
am giving you some insights. I send you some messages, okay? And when I think when we are in the back seat in a dream, we are trying to tell the astral body to be careful because often we are abducted, okay? Astral body is often abducted. This is where the avatars they took over, okay?
Wallace, donkey, whatever. He says that they love to abduct you when you go into a tough situation in your life, or you fall asleep in a bad mood, or you watch a scary movie, or you were going through in your thoughts about the negative situation of the day that just passed. If you fall asleep in a good mood with a smile on your face, the dreams are not going to influence you. I mean, basically, the programs of the dreams are not going to do anything to you.
Mhm. So, what about you? Don't ask the donkey because, to be honest, I don't trust too much this
No, no, no.
entity.
I mean, I just like that's why I'm smiling
Yeah.
because that entity is kind of weird looking thing because every time I read its DNA, it turns into a giant frog, like a toad.
The frog is the worst. It's the most false, double face, poker face. He smiles at you. He is definitely poisoning completely everything. So careful
Uh,
when you dream frogs, guys.
he's not obviously attached to me or anything. He's just standing over there. He says actually every person has a handler in the physical, like every person, every soul in the human body, right? And at least one handler at each period of life. It's either your parent or your friend in school, and then it's either your spouse or your child, and then later in life, somebody who's watching after you or whatever, helping you. Those are handlers, but he also says there's handlers in the astral, and there's also watching, like observers. He says, I'm just one of the observers. I'm looking at the souls who are breaking the system or disagreeing with the system, whom whom there's nothing we can do about. And he says, he's just showing me some sort of like a yellow golden gate, and it's connected. It looks like a rainbow, okay, like a half been made out of gold, but it's liquid gold. And he says like those souls who reach that understanding and know what's going on, they're just going through the golden liquid portal into the original sun, and from there they're where they are, because through thought you travel to your regional space through that portal. It's like a game thing, it's like when you go into your game, you have to type in the password. So if you, but that's a password kind of. The knowledge is your password, and if you know, you automatically go through the golden liquid golden portal back into your true self. That's what he says. That's why he can't even get close to me if he's just like standing far away. He says like, oh, maybe you're just observing the phenomenon of those people who, and he said that's why the system rejects you, and that's why you can never succeed in the system in terms of, you, Efisia, and me, we can never become like popular or with lots of money, or you know what I mean? Because because we know too much about the system, we are above it. It's pushing us out like, hey guys, you're not agreeing to the rules. Why are you here?
And to be
So that's what I
successful
feel.
and rich, you have always to agree to things that we
Yeah,
know
to,
that
to
is.
the lying patterns. He says there's a lying patterns. You have to
Mhm.
lie to people to become popular. You have to lie to people to get the money.
I mean,
There's
obviously, if we
because
get popular and saying the truth, say what we feel, we perceive, and especially you, that we have a special channeling, okay, through our sessions, even readings, and that for us is pure channeling, and it has to be like that. So obviously we have to be always to be careful. This is why we don't bombard you guys with videos every day, because we have plenty to say. Obviously it's good to even to do a video a day, but you know we can still be popular, obviously, because we not because what we say is the right thing, because everybody have their own consciousness. It's because we want to attract more people that they have they say. They're starting to use um, their imagination, their creativity. They're starting to trust themselves, the intuition, their own communication with the soul, instead to be robotical dependent of anything that is media, movies, politics, all these, entities that already create a movie, and we are just robotic presence with the script already given to us. So this is what we want in our video, in order to attract other people like us, that they have the chance to have their say. That's it. And everybody, they can make on their own mind, they can feel their own truth inside of them, because everybody has their own truth, as long as they generate it from inside, not because somebody else put a software inside you.
Yeah, there's different grids. Each grid represents a world or a universe. Basically, Efisia, the universe is like a bubble, but you can basically poke a bubble and it'll become a grid. It's all built on it's like a chip. It's like a microchip with a grid in it. Our grid is based on lies and deception and fear, controls through fear. Okay, these are the main programs. I see other worlds that are built on love and creation. You know what I mean? Or like multiplication of life forms to represent to other worlds. There's different grids. We're just like on this grid that feeds off the lower worlds. That's what it is.
Another tricky question: is our body, which is perfect, this is my opinion anyway, because it's perfection, it has a journey, it's like a suit, yeah? So it's created by our own consciousness to protect us from all these bites of different existence. But
it's not the original body. I see
because
mutation.
anger, anger, all the emotions, basically anger, sadness, is inside of us, just to understand when we cross that emotion. Yeah, it is a sort of protection, because we don't feel nothing. What is the point to be in this body? So we can be autistic, we can be crazy, we can be just vegetable in coma. So if we have all these emotions, as definitely is let's say, is work, is point, yeah? I don't know how to say properly the word, but
Yeah, emotional mental bodies are like
help
my
us to
soul tells
understand.
me.
Yeah.
It contacts me through emotional mental body and tries to give me messages through emotions and thoughts. And see, but that system in most people is hijacked by entities or by handlers in their physical life. Once it gets hijacked, it can control you. You don't
But
hear yourself anymore inside.
but when we cross that line, which we should be balanced, yeah? So obviously we are dualistic, good and bad, cold and hot, etc., etc. So as long that we are always 50-50, yeah? So if something goes 60, is already something is not the right frequency, is already going low, because one of our senses or emotions is lowering down, and something is alterated, yeah? It goes up. So if something goes up, it's because the 10% less in your, let's say, emotion of sadness, it goes up to the other with anger. Is unbalance. Is unbalance, is that is create a lot of problem.
Yeah, because we're also influenced by the programming it's like we're in the grid. It has a thin layers of electrical grid that dictates that we have to be in duality. We have to be always being rocked towards, positive, negative emotion, and because our emotional bodies are, part of the whole deal here. Once your soul goes out, Efisia, what I see is emotional mental body falling off. You don't feel emotion anymore. You literally live this life and you don't feel sad or bad that you're living it. You don't feel sad or bad that you're leaving your children or your spouse. You don't. It's a different perspective. It's actually, oh, woohoo, I did it. You know what I mean? It's a different thing. It's like you switch to a different reality. The different reality is, you've been sucked into this life. You had to go through tough times, and now you're free, and you know that others will be free very soon too. So you're kind of happy for yourself, and for others too. And because we're all connected through invisible thought, energy, electric connection, we know that we're always in contact as creator beings. So we never lose really track of anybody. It's it's a higher perspective, and you can explain it at this level, because at this level what matters is that our family members are with us, that they're healthy, that everything's good with them, that we have shelter, we have food, and we're safe, right? But then you lose the body, you don't think in this kind of
What about other people?
terms.
They have this extra body experience that they feel the pain of the family, they feel sorry, or they try to come back. Some people see Jesus
Ooh, they
or
get
the
sucked
light,
into
so
the
they are really
fake
dead or not?
programs. No, because they have heavy attachments of entities who suck them into the negative. It's like cubes. It's like a room with the virtual reality, and it's infused with programs from the life they just left. So they feel extreme, their emotions are amplified. They feel sorrow, they feel guilt, they feel like they've been bad in the family, they've been bad to the kids or whatever. Everything is amplified. Whatever bad emotions they had deep down, they're amplified, and they make them feel guilty and sad, and then they need to go back and fix it. But it's done on purpose, because it's also like a feeding tube for multiple entities, because it has a lot of tubes attached to it, and the tubes with energy go to different entity worlds, like from this container where the soul is. And the same cubes are done with the screens for like a life review, I see. And they feel bad, and that's when they scan them. If they in life believed in karma or angels or anything religious or the other programs, they would say, oh, see, you've done a lot of good stuff, but you've also done bad stuff. And the soul at this point, it's not completely detached from emotional mental body, because in the Q programs it's not. It didn't leave quickly all the levels. It just feels terrible about itself. It's like you want to kill yourself for what you've done in life. You know what I mean? Because everything is amplified to the point of, you want to come back and fix it. So you agree to another incarnation quickly. They don't even have to
So
push you.
it's true what Corrado Malanga says, that our past life regression are the entities remembering the abductions.
Entities remembering the abductions.
Yeah, because obviously, if in one life you've been a murderer, a rapist, or a monk,
Mm.
or a woman, or a prostitute, or a model, you know what I mean? It completely, we share the same soul. It's like, hold on, okay. So because always we
All
think we are good,
human
yeah, in this
generated
life, in this
programs.
reality, we all think we are good people.
This is crazy, Efisia. It's
Yeah.
just basically invisible cords attached to our brains, invisible cords attached to the energy body has. It's so like an illusion after all. If everybody just understands that, that's your power. If you come out of the body, in the moment you decide to come out, you say, hey, I don't believe in this illusion. I'm done with all of you, all the entities, all the angels, all this fake creational blah, blah, blah nonsense. I'm going back to my place. That's it. You don't have to do anything.
I think you say, Oksana, last time that we don't need to follow the light because the light is, we are the
Well, the
light.
light is a fake, it's like a fake portal into the cubes. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a
But
big
because
major
we are
tunnel.
the light,
Din, 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 din.
we are the light, we are the purity of the soul. We create
Right.
this energy, this beautiful energy. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that
are the
that
light.
light is attached to the moon. It's powered by the moon. Moonlight, you know. Everything's about the moon. You know how many songs they sing about it because they want to infuse this idea into your head. Um, Yeah,
Hypnotic
it's a
words,
light tunnel.
hypnotic
It's not a fake
suggestions.
light tunnel, it's a moonlight tunnel because I totally feel like see how it's going to the moon and the moon has the rooms in the shape of cubes and each cube is like an illusionary world virtual reality room that gives you different program. It searches, computer searches inside for the best program that you would believe in, you know. You might not believe into life review, but they will believe into your mother and father who passed before you coming to you and saying, oh, you know, let's incarnate in another beautiful life. We'll be like millionaires. We'll have fun life. And then it's all fake, you know, it's all lie. Because what you promised, it's also like most of the time it's a lie. You're not going to get what you think you
Yeah.
are.
The thing is, we have to, the temptation, they know how is our weak side. I make example. Just guys, imagine now, visualize that you leave the body and obviously not everybody, they lost a family member very attached, a mother that lose her son,
Mm.
or a daughter that see her beloved mother waiting for her in that light. That is the biggest trick for us because we love
It's a
these people. They
3D
was so important for us, and to see them
picture.
that they won't embrace us, but they are tricking us. So it's like, is the real mom, is the real son, is the real daughter what I see, or is an entity behind that is
It's
trying
either
to.
projection or an entity putting projection around it, so you perceive your son or daughter, but it's actually an entity. You know, like they can wear this 3D suit that makes them look like anything they want.
Even the
But
dog.
they take the visual, they take the memory from you of how your son looked like, and they put this 3D holographic suit on themselves. They can even take you by hand and lead you and say, hi, mommy, you know, all this stuff. They can do it because, I mean, if people understood that we need to let those loved ones just go their way when their body goes, then and kind of celebrate it. And but see, for celebrating it, you have to have the knowledge.
They recognize as
And
well if
most
the
people
real
don't have the knowledge.
Oksana. They recognize the real relative if they check the eyes, if the eyes is a
The
different
eyes
color,
are, yeah,
or if when they touch the skin, if they feel that is, that we call the DNA, by the way, if the DNA is, or remember that it was human, but if they feel that is like a reptile, or is um, a insectoid, or a felinoid, or a grave, whatever, you can feel because you feel disgusted straight away. Because I'm not touching my mom or my daughter. That is because they already. You have to watch always the eyes of the person, the
Yeah, when I
skin.
touched that donkey, I was intention to check
Yeah,
his original forms through his DNA. He turned into a toad. So,
to a
uh, to a
turtle.
toad, like a big frog, but it's kind of like brownish, greenish. Yeah.
The frogs. I had, guys. I tell you something. Oksana knows. In February,
Mm.
last February, I had a dream. Was so intense. Because when I dream, I can close my eyes now. I can and dream straight away, and I dream about the frogs. And the frogs, basically, I went to the rain like a tourist. They knew, I know, and I know they knew about me. It's like I was going in a tour in the enemy kingdom. But then in the end, they smile at me like, "Oh, you, I hope you come back to see us." So I said to myself, "No way, I don't come back here. Interesting, but it's not my cup of tea." But after when I wake from that day, guys, everything started to not working, nothing for me. I was such a
Yeah.
under attack. They poisoned everything I was doing. I all the
Mm.
misfortune. Do you remember, Oksana? I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what is going on?
They
I did
plug
a
in the
lot work.
program, and
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
results from it.
This is why careful with the frogs. Not the real
Mm,
poor things, obviously,
anything
but
reptile.
the energetic ones. If you
But
dream of a frog, try if you can to remember this. Don't trust a frog. Frogs, they smile at you, but with the tongue, like they take a fly, yeah, they eat you quickly, straight away. So in the dream, I knew it. I shouldn't trust them. In fact, this saved me in the real life, but it took me until August. I've been struggling, guys. From February to August, I everything happened to me,
Right. And all
especially
this little.
financially. It was everything I tried to do was against me.
Yeah. And the frogs and the insectoids and spiders and everything, they represent all the alien species. There's just like miniature form here. And if your child is, let's say, afraid of insect, that just means that that child can have his soul or her soul may be taken by or controlled by insectoid forms. I've seen a lot of those. There's always like some connection.
You
Because
know,
my
back in
kids are not afraid
Sardinia,
of any of them, but they don't have any attachments of those.
Oksana, I went to
Hmm.
see this land. I will use my pendulum and my, uh, uh, my roads for the to see if this land was energetically clean to my
Hmm.
friend. And I was looking like that. I was checking and check with the pendulum. Something it jumped in my hand. There was a mantis.
Oh,
I was
wow. Just trying to attack
like,
you in the astral at the same time because when you're
exactly.
scared for a sec, they can get hooked to you in the
It was big
astral.
like that. A big mantis in my hands. Was
My kids
brrr.
love
And
them
mantis,
so
they are very
much in the
bad
physical.
energetically. They are so mean. They take you, they suck your life.
Super smart too.
Very
Very,
smart,
very.
very. So when I saw that in my hand, I says, "Oh my!" It's that they we. I mean, obviously, was I'm saved for real. I don't mean that to put this
Right.
poor thing, because I feel sensitive. I'm not against. I didn't do nothing against the mantis. I don't crush them or kill. I'm not like that. Energetically, guys, they are very very bad.
Yeah. Yeah, see, the thing is, like, the only thing I don't like is alligators. And I know exactly, once you know why, because I had to deal with the alligators in my other lives. Then I got rid of them as attachments long time ago, but it's still like like your memory.
Hmm.
You're disgusted by anything crocodile looking like because they're really disgusting creatures and they're
And
etheric.
in Florida, they are full of alligators, yeah, or
Yeah, it's like
crocodile.
my soul pushed me, hey, you're gonna live in Florida. You're gonna face them and lose that fear completely. You know what I mean?
They, yeah, they can
Yeah,
ambush of
funny.
You have always to check if they are in the bushes, they can just appear like out of the
I don't
blue.
know. My kids don't care about them. They just go in the woods and it's like, Mom,
No,
it's
no, no.
good. But
I
yeah.
don't know.
Okay,
Maybe I
well,
watch too many dogs.
yeah.
in
Um,
So anyway, last information quickly, I'll let you go. What
mhm.
about 2027? About this, guys, we can't say there was because YouTube is very, very, very disgustingly not democratic at all because this word democratic doesn't exist. It's fake. Anyway, the pandemic, yeah? So is another one you says that is possible in 2027. So be prepared to another, uh, you know,
It's a final split, Efisia. It's in my head. I hear the words 2027 final split. Started in 2012, and then I just see 2012/2027. This is the end. And that's when you are going to be resolved and set in all your new ways. But before that, you'll be transformations. People will be, losing jobs or whatever, losing homes or relocating. Everything's gonna be chaotically changed. That's because I see like in between these two dates, there's like a big energy ball swirling. Because through that swirling, people will get to the knowledge, to the conclusion, to the ideas, and then through this they can be classified and separated at a soul level where which world you belong to. It's just that's how it's programmed. It's like basically we are IT people. Like every soul is an IT person. We program worlds but naturally by our thinking, by our thoughts, we create and we program. This world is programmed artificially, and that's why there's always gonna be a fight in between your soul and the body's brain, how you want everything to be and why everything is so wrong and upside down here. Because this is not a natural creation or programming. Natural programming is totally different. And we're in conflict. We'll always be in conflict here. And from that inner conflict created outer conflicts. And that's because they programmed it this way, so all the entities who programmed it this way can use it in their advantage. And once you understand that, you're starting to look at it, okay, that's a stage. I'm still going to participate in it emotionally and realizing, analyzing, but I'm just going to look at it and not really participate in any of this.
Let's create a virus to this entity program. So we will be the virus.
Yeah, well, I'm already a virus, Efisia. Looking at how many videos been deleted by the very platform I'm gonna post this video
Unbelievable.
on. I mean, in the
Unbelievable.
like clients' videos. It's not even any of this like we do together, you know what I mean? But anyway, okay, well, thank you so much, everyone, and now if you have any
Thank you,
questions or any
Oksana.
comments,
Wonderful like always. And
thank
thank you,
you.
guys, that you still have a faith on us. And yes, spread the word and
Bye.
look after yourself. Bye bye.
Bye.